Not answering me on. What do I keep getting the fucking mole on the game?
He'll probably be like, huh? If you still don't get it, can I just tell him?
Let's take you down to the 7th hole. Has not been a stellar performance to this point, but Frank, not too bad.
When you consider 4-round events, Rich, you're going to have a period where there's a little lull. As long as you can minimize the damage over the course of 4 days, it turns out all right.
Birds. Like, oh, now I do. Now it is. Like, now it is.
Obviously, Frank, you want to hit good shots at a place like this, but you also want to take some shots. You want to snap off a few pictures because it's breathtaking.
I thought you were talking about big game hunting there, where you're saying you don't want to shoot these animals. They're beautiful. No, yeah, it is. It's wonderful to come up here and play golf.
Oh yeah, Crash?
And he put me up to telling you that you look dreaming.
Yeah, I told her to mess with you, Crash.
Oh, that's fine.
Strong winds continue to be a factor. Frank, I know you've played all over the world. How much did you enjoy the challenge of playing into a stiff breeze?
Well, it was a chance to separate yourself from the rest of the field, Rich. Just like these conditions we're seeing right now. You've really got to be smart. Pick the right shot. If you get too aggressive on a day like today, you'll pay a far more severe price than normal.
Club selection obviously is crucial.
Oh, it's imperative today.
Take an extra club or two, choke down.
Very much so.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Getting set now over the putt. So makes the birdie putt, now 1 under for the tournament. Frank, you like this kind of design feature where you go from the longest hole in the course immediately to the shortest hole.
Certainly, golf giveth and golf taketh away. This is just minimally uphill, just a couple of feet, but you can see from the overview the design of the green. And that flag's on the right, it's a little bit of a longer carry, so just be a little cognizant of that. You don't have to hit it directly at the flag.
Frank, he's missed the green here in regulation, but still hasn't missed the chance to make the par.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he's got this shot in his toolbox coming up.
Well, this is how you build a good round, Frank. You just keep hitting greens.
Really. This is an awkward length.
Oh, so close. Come on, you have to make that, don't you? Drop shot here at the 8th. A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. So the featured player losing a shot, the question becomes, Frank, have they lost their way?
Yeah, live by the sword, die by the sword.
Just love the variety here on the front side, Frank, coming off that short par 3 8th. Now we go to another par 5 to round out the side, 501 yards.
And the third par 5. Interesting front 9 here. 3 par 5s, 3 par 3s, and 3 par 4s. This one, not the longest par 5, but still reachable. This one, you have to be a little bit careful, though. This is probably the toughest driving hole on the front 9 with regard to par 5s.
Frank, our featured player, a bit wobbly of late. This is an important approach shot.
It is. Time to just hit the brakes, do a little reset. Things aren't completely lost yet. Start to get back to that positive frame of mind.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. And getting ready for the putt.
Rich, how can you leave an eagle putt short?
Well, you can't. I mean, that's embarrassing.
You can leave a par putt, birdie putt, an eagle putt.
Might want to just shut the game down. Quit playing. In red figures at 1 under par. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. This is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Well, that's what the great ones do. From the rough, they use their skill and their strength to get it out and get it close. Starting the back 9 on a sour note here with a drop shot. Bogey at the 10th. Clean this up with a tap. So with that, the score is now at even par. On the tee here at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4. Is this a drive you like to hit, Frank?
It certainly is, Rich, but it's a little narrower than what your eye first sees. And the reason why, there's a tree sort of another 40, 50 yards down the right side past that bunker. So if you hog that right side, that tree can become a little bit of a problem for the second shot.
That was just a beautiful drive and hit it solid and right in the middle. Frank, what do you want to do with this second shot here at the 11th?
Just a scoring club again, Rich. This is a chance to get off to a good start on that on the homeward 9. Anytime you get sort of 8-iron down, you can virtually go straight at the flag because this green pitches back towards the player.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
Oh, that even caught me by surprise, Rich. I thought par was in the bag.
This now for bogey. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Lost that mini battle right there on that hole with a bogey and slips to 1 over par. Don't forget, second round coverage coming your way tomorrow here on EA Sports for our entire crew. I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. It's second round coverage of the Alberta Classic. All right, on to the 12th hole, 442-yard par 4. What do you like about this hole, Frank?
Just a nice par 4 that sort of bends to the player's right. A lot of people will just stand up here, grab the driver. I don't really think you have to do that, Rich. The hole's not overly long. Just something shorter down that left side. You're only going to have a short iron in for your second shot.
Excellent drive, Frank. Right where you want to be. Frank, another scoring opportunity here with this second shot at the 12th.
There certainly is. Even when they stick the flag all the way in the back, which is the hardest hole location, you can still get at it with a short club. Nice sort of rolling, gentle terrain on this green, so chances are you're going to have a putt with a little bit of break in it.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that.
Even par currently.
Well, not in contention, but in for par. Par 3 13th, it's 225 yards. Frank, you happy walking out of here with a 3?
Yeah, take a 3, go to the next hole, unless it's match play.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, that's a formality now.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Frank well off the pace, but the true professionals, they keep digging, trying to get better. Back here at the par 4 14th, and we are ready to tee off. 442-yard hole, Frank.
It's called wampum. My Canadian's not that good, so I don't know what that means, but the way I decipher it, another little dog leg to the right with bunkers all over the place. It's sort of in the place where you'd like to hit the tee shot is exactly where that crop of, what is that, 5 bunkers down the left side. So you're going to have to somehow squeeze it just right of that. Very awkward tee shot.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today. Chance for back-to-back.
How does that stay out?
I have no earthly idea. Let's crawl that. Hole's round. Ball's meant to go in.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. A good effort, a good par putt. Frank, looking out here on the 15th hole, this looks like a spot where you could really crank one that you could tell your buddies about.
It's another hole that suits a player that hits the ball right to left. It's no surprise to see why Rory McIlroy plays well around here. Nice, big, high towering draw. It's going to go that extra yardage because of the elevation.
Interesting, with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment, what with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design. Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Struggling a bit with the flat stick and the drop shot here at the 15th hole. Just a couple of feet. Frank, it's been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey.
Yeah, it's not exactly a small gap between that player there and the rest of the field. That gap's got to feel like the Grand Canyon right now.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live first-round coverage of the International Challenge. Let's go down to the 11th. Nothing noteworthy here in the first round, Frank, but still plenty of golf to be played.
That's right, Rich. A little bit of a dry spell, but really not a lot of damage done.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say. Well, that was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
This requires a lot of speed through the ball.
Safely on the dance floor.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars. Back here at the 12th, and this is a hole that heads back towards the water. You might not see your tee shot land over the ridge in the middle of the fairway here, Frank, so what's the best strategy?
Well, it's called the fox, and you have to be cunning like a fox here. This one has a slight bend to the right, and a little like the previous hole, this is another fairway that certainly requires your best tee shot.
Well, this is the kind of strong wind that will really test a player.
What a great shot.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Second shot, good look at the green. No doubt they'll be happy with that shot. Well played. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Frank beginning to head towards home. This is the 13th of par 4.
Another dogleg right. Problem isn't really the tee shot here, even though there's undulations and mounds all over the fairway. Second shot's played uphill to an elevated green.
Good contact, good result. Frank, can one small tweak from an instructor lead to a big turnaround?
With the right player, yeah. You just want to hear the right message. It's like anyone in life. You just want to be pointed in the right direction.
Get down, look out.
It's over. The green.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that. Really, I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward. I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. So that's a bogey, and now to 1 over par for the tournament. Heading for home now, Frank, the par 3 14th, just under 180 yards. What's the key here?
Well, it's rather narrow at the front there. There's 3 bunkers, but it's the second 2 that you really worry about that narrow the front of this green up. Plus, the front is slightly raised, so ideally you want it to fly more towards the middle where it starts to widen up.
Midway through this back 9, could use this birdie here at the 14th.
It's that sneaky distance.
You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy, featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably inside that cut line. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the International Challenge. Well, this golf course goes back a long ways, to 1878, in fact. We're at Royal Troon Golf Club in Scotland. Rich Slaughter alongside Frank Nobilo. And Frank, where are some of the scoring opportunities out here?
Well, normally when the Open Championships played, the breeze comes out of the sort of northwest, which means those first few holes are played down breeze and the closing stretch is played into the breeze. So really you sort of make your hay on the way out and then you hang on for dear life on the way in. That doesn't really change because you have some rather short par 4s to start.
Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Frank, not where he wants to be, but not out of the hole here at the par 5.
No, but Rich, to drop a shot here would really set him backwards. Not a problem there, Rich.
This from 7 feet. In for par. At the par 3 fifth, ready to get this hole started.
Prevailing breeze once again should be coming from the water, which is on the right. That makes that tee shot a little bit more difficult because it pushes the ball to those 3 bunkers on the left side.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. That is how it's done, right there. What an approach shot. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. You can't leave it short, Frank.
Oh, and especially right in the middle.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
What a good hole. They call it the slopes, and the rough off the right-hand side of the green, really some of the most punishing on the entire course.
Yeah, and the one thing you don't want to do is actually leave it up there on that high side because it means that you'll be chipping downhill. I'm loving that balance.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. Frank, this is an important approach shot because our featured player was really good early, a little bit shaky of late. This is a point in time where you need to get it back.
Yeah, you almost need to stop, just stand still for a second, almost just flush it out because at the moment you're starting to look right and left at the trouble. Let's get back to what worked. Let's start looking where we want the ball to go, where the flag is, and start going there.
Well, Frank, you hate to miss the green on a par 5 with your third shot.
Well, they say par 5s are the easiest holes to birdie, but the hardest holes to make 4. Making a 6, though, well, that certainly sets yourself backwards. So tough up and down.
Pretty good shot right there.
Even par currently.
Good, solid par right there. Moving inland now, Frank, the par 4 7th hole. Do you even think about carrying those bunkers on the right?
Not really, Rich. You're trying to work that ball off the left side, because if you get caught up on the hills there on the right, then all of a sudden you can start making 5s, 6s, and all sorts of weird and wonderful numbers.
That one ends up in the rough.
That went sideways.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means.
Rich, these winds haven't subsided at all today. It's certainly a tough test out there right now for these players.
They get your attention, don't they, as a player?
They have club selection right now, vital,
You put the ball back in your stance just a little bit.
if you're going to hit it down.
So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole. Don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Solid play, heart of the green. Well, not in contention, but in for par. Don't forget third round coverage coming your way tomorrow on EA Sports. For Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner, saying so long for now. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the International Challenge. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Always a treat to be in Scotland, Frank, and at one of the oldest golf clubs in the world, Royal Troon.
It's getting close to 150 years old. It was first established all the way back in 1878. Actually, the original golf course only had 5 holes on it. But over the Open Championship roster, this has probably been the most successful, or provided the most success to American players. The last 6 Open Championship winners were all American.
Has one of the most famous holes in all of major championship golf, the 123-yard par 3 8th. It's known as the postage stamp, and one of the legends had a really nice...
Yeah, right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus.
A little bit more hope than determination in that putt.
Just a couple of feet. Has his par. Frank, we're moving inland now, and what are we facing here at this par 4 7th hole?
Just a dog leg to the right. Ideally, just a little cut off the tee.
Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be. Chance to get it close here. And another green in regulation. Par yesterday, now for birdie. We haven't seen a whole lot of that, Frank, but that has to feel good. Frank, the par 3 8th hole, it is one of the most famous little holes in all of golf.
123 yards postage stamp. Pick the wrong club, though, maybe a little too much, and it'll be a green that you'll more than airmail.
I mean, really on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. Well, he's going for back-to-back birdies here, trying to jumpstart this round.
Some momentum moving in the right direction.
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking him for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the course.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Ready to go here at the 9th at Royal Troon Golf Club. 423 yards. What are you looking to do with this one, Frank?
Well, it's another one that's a dogleg left. It's called the Monk, actually, because it faces the village of Monktown. One bunker on the left, 285 yards to carry that, but it's not that you're trying to carry it, it's you're trying to cut the ball off that.
Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. And getting ready for the putt.
That was a good run at it, Rich.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
That was just a beautiful drive. He hit it solid and right in the middle. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. That birdie will help, Frank.
Certainly moving into the top half, that's for sure. And starting to narrow that number down in front.
So through 3 rounds, just outside the top 10, what kind of a chance do you give a player who is sitting outside the first 10?
Yeah, it's slim. I certainly would not say none, though, Rich. You know, we've countless times over the years seen someone post an early one in and watch the leaders crumble at the end. Good opportunity tomorrow. Put a good round on the board and then just sit back and wait. And then remember, there's also the chance of a playoff.
I know he's still there.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the International Challenge. Now playing the second here at the par 4. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. He'll need to be strong with this. You cannot hide the flag stick from that man inside of 5 feet. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Frank, this has been an absolute mess today and all week long.
You said it best.
Frank, here's the only par 5 on the back 9 at Royal Troon.
You'd think at 542 yards it would be reachable, but the burn that cuts across really limits the tee shot to about 280 yards. So it's very much about placing that second shot in a good distance for your third.
In the 1997 Open Championship here at Royal Troon, you played with Tiger Woods in the 3rd round. What did he do at this 16th hole?
He hit a driver for a second shot into a head breeze from about 270 yards. Managed to get it on the green, then knocked it in from about 45 feet for eagle.
You knew he was something special back then, didn't you?
Yeah, he was the only one that even tried that shot.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up, it's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round.
Everyone on here.
Exactly.
A birdie will send him to 1 under on the leaderboard.
Yo,
Frank,
Crash,
out of the hole they
where
called
the
Rabbit.
fuck are you?
222-yard par 3.
I don't know why it's called Rabbit, because this is certainly some tough par 3. Green sits up a little bit. There's a big roll-off on the left side, well bunkered. This takes a brilliant long iron shot just to keep it on the green.
Oh my goodness, Frank. I think that baby went in.
It's got another hole in one. And Crash missed it.
Frank, you've played in and contended at so many major championships. It's not a major if the finishing hole doesn't present a real challenge. What do you think of Royal Troon's finishing hole?
Well, it's not just the 18th hole, Rich, too. It's 16, 17, and
I got
18
one
because the
viewer.
prevailing breeze, especially at the Open Championship time of the year, which is the second week in July, is normally back into it. So you look at that 464 yards, that's well bunkered off the tee, 3 on the left, 1 on the right, into a puffer breeze, and you've got yourself a great finishing hole.
He's still sitting.
Frank, obviously here at 18, you do not want to be long.
Yeah, err on the side of caution here. You're exactly right. You'd rather be 30 feet short of this flag than 30 feet over the back of the screen, because it might just be out of bounds.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Who knows?
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Trying to grind out a par here. Needs it. Good effort, good par putt. And that'll do it from the shores of Scotland and historic Royal Troon Golf Club. For EA Sports, I'm Rich Schluter alongside Frank Nobilo. We'll see you next time.
He might be in DZ Live.
No, I looked. It's not in there. Oh, check one more time. Make up your fucking mind, dude. Jesus. Last I checked, he wasn't in here. No. He ain't in here.
I don't know what he's doing.
He could have fallen asleep.
Nah,
It's fine. 11 o'clock, he's like, I just got up.
nah, he usually stays in my streams till I'm done.
He's still in here.
Yeah. Crash.
Crash.
Crash. probably. I was about a bunch of viewers still by this time. Yeah, I streamed this. go with your name on Twitch. I couldn't use mine because I'm already using it for my personal.
EA Sports and the Wolf Creek Golf Club so proudly present opening round coverage of the EA Sports Spring Invitational. Today we're here at Wolf Creek Golf Club in Mesquite, Nevada. Rich Lutter alongside Frank Nobilo set to bring you all of the action for the EA Sports Spring Invitational. And Frank, what can the players expect from Wolf Creek?
Just a mesmerizing layout, Rich. You can see that from above. Straight driving is imperative out there today. You actually don't have to hit the ball a long way. The elevation on those tees is going to give you that extra distance on almost every shot. You can even take driver out of play on some of the holes. But really it's about being in the right position first on those tee shots that you're going to hit today.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
Frank, our featured player, a bit wobbly of late. This is an important approach shot.
It is. Time to just hit the brakes, do a little reset. Things aren't completely lost yet. Start to get back to that positive frame of mind.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Solid play, heart of the green.
Even par currently.
So frustrating sometimes on the greens, isn't it? Drop shot here at the 6th. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. You can't leave it short, Frank.
Oh, and especially right in the middle.
Just a couple of feet. So, 2 over par for the round. Been some outstanding shot making to this point. Let's see what's happening now as we resume the action at the 7th. Coming to this middle portion of the round, Frank, the featured golfer, has really struggled.
Yeah, just a rough start, and it's going to be a case of trying to find a few things to really rectify this situation. Find some fairways, start finding some greens in regulation, give yourself some birdie opportunities. Take the pressure off your game.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich. It's that sneaky distance.
Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in. That was cruel. That looked like it was certainly going in.
Finally in for a double bogey. Frank, the 8th here at Wolf Creek in Mesquite, Nevada is really the signature par 3, isn't it?
I'd go so far, Rich, to say this is a great par three. Doesn't matter where it was played, the stream that sort of comes all the way down there and surrounds the left side of the screen makes this hole really daunting. Logic would say if you're going to miss the screen, obviously you'd miss it to the right, but it's just a beautiful hole. And then you put the fact that the canyon frames the whole hole itself, it's beautiful.
Well, look out. This could be wet, Frank.
It's heading towards the hazard.
On the green and looking at a birdie opportunity. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Well, you could see he thought he had that.
It looked in the whole way until the end.
Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Finishing up this front side here at the par 4 ninth, 390 yards. And what are we looking at, Frank?
Well, it looks relatively straightforward, but it's anything other than that. Decision time again. Do you lay it up into that wide area of the fairway? If you're a longer hitter and you are out here to have a little bit of fun, then maybe you want to take the head cover off because you get a little bit of an advantage if you can drive it over that last bunk on that right side, or at least take that out of play, because you're only going to have a short pitch in here.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. This is a good-looking shot. What a display of shot-making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Eyeing this putt for a birdie. Beginning the long climb back, now to 3 over par. Frank, you and I have covered golf around the world. I have never seen anything quite like Wolf Creek Golf Club here in Nevada.
I didn't think you could build a golf course in this sort of area like this, but they have, and they've succeeded. It's a wonderful course to play. It's so pleasing on the eye. The fact that you get to play across canyons and over desert ridges and across water, all in one little place. It really is an oasis, but more importantly, Rich, it's fun.
And the golf we saw was every bit as good as this magnificent desert backdrop. For my partner, Frank Nobilo, and all of us here at EA Sports, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now from Wolf Creek Golf Club. EA Sports and the Wolf Creek Golf Club so proudly present second round coverage of the EA Sports Spring Invitational. Always some extra excitement when you get to the first major championship of the year, and here we are. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. We're at Wolf Creek Golf Club in Mesquite, Nevada for the EA Sports Spring Invitational. Partner, this is a big one.
It certainly is, Rich, and being the first major of the year, you know the players are going to be a little bit more nervous. Anticipations of a great year are going to start right here this week at Wolf Creek, and you're going to have to make all those adjustments out there. Is your game ready? Can you adjust for the changes in elevation? And do you have the confidence to go all the way and pick up the first major championship of the year?
Well, Frank, these winds have not at all subsided. Still a challenge.
Yeah, but the same for everybody, and that's where you've just got to adjust your own mental path. Golf course was going to be difficult when you teed off. It's certainly no different now.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Frank, what's it going to take here on this approach at the par 5?
Well, some people might actually try and bounce it in between those two bunkers and run the ball up on the green, but personally, I'd try and actually take a hybrid or something with a little bit more loft and try and fly the ball. Take those two bunkers out of play.
Third shot, looking for a good one. So that one settles about 18 feet away from the cup. Pretty good shot. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Frank, where has that been?
Yeah, thank God for small mercies.
Here at the 6th, 447-yard par 4. Pretty good hole, Frank.
Yeah, probably a layup hole, too, for the longer hitters. Something out there around the 280, 290-yard mark to make sure you don't go it in the stream. Obviously, it's a dogleg right, as you can see. The canyon on both sides is sort of well-defined, so you know where not to go. Second shot plays a little bit back up the hill to a green, once again, that's anything other than flat. It's fun. You've got to make sure you get that ball on the right tier if you want to have a birdie putt here.
So just 100 yards away. Now the second shot. Frank, this is good golfing weather. Nice strong breeze. Good looking shot right here. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Just misses. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. That's costly right there.
Painful.
Frank, this has been an absolute mess today and all week long.
You said it best.
Frank, a very short par 4 here at the 7th, but not one you're going to try to hit off the tee?
No, unless you can fly the ball sort of 300 yards on the nose and stop it within sort of 5 or 6 yards, it's really too risky. This green is not very deep, just sort of 10 or 15 yards in depth. It's just a layup hole, but layup hole it simply doesn't mean grab a club and hit it down the fairway. The best way to play it is to try and hit the ball right on the number. And what I mean by number, I mean the full shot yardage from your second shot, even if that only is a sand iron. That's an absolute beauty.
Now the approach shot to the 7th, and Frank, this one will get the player's attention.
It will. It'll be just a short iron in here, but a lot's going to depend on whether your lie is uphill, downhill, or if you manage to get it in the flat, then the shot becomes much easier. As you can see, the green's not very deep. So once again, be so precise with your yardage, because if you do, you'll be well rewarded here at 7.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are, because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
How about that shot? From that lie to get it that close, tremendous effort. Getting set now over the putt. Oh my goodness, how did he miss that? And he makes it for a bogey here. Par 3 8th, 248 yards down to the green. What a hole.
Yeah, maybe you put your two hands together, make a little prayer. You might make two, but make 3 here and run to the next tee. This is it's just a gorgeous par 3, but it is tough. Every bit as tough as what it is pretty, as a matter of fact. You know, this is not heading in the right direction.
You know, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Good, clean contact and a nice result, and a chance for birdie coming up.
It's no snack, though. Oh, another one goes in.
Set to round out the front side here at Wolf Creek with a par 4.
Fun hole for the big hitter, too. They can really take advantage of this. The last fairway bunker down there on the right side is just over 300 yards to get over it. And longer hitters could nearly drive it in the green side bunker on the right. So just tee it up there. You're playing desert golf for a reason. Enjoy it. Just have a little flick in here. And chance, too, to have a little birdie at the end of your front 9.
Frank, this ball's in the rough. Anything you change in your technique when a ball's sitting down a little bit?
Yeah, you put the ball back a little bit further in your stance because you're going to get a bit of grass between the ball and the club face. So you have to allow for that. And keep that club moving. That grass is going to be, that that grass is going to create a certain amount of resistance.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think, you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Locked in on the read and the speed. He's made it. Stepping up to the shot here at the 9th, it's a par 4, 390 yards.
It is anything other than straight off the tee because of all these sort of undulations and curvature on the fairway. You'd think well bunkered, but the last bunker on the right side there, longer hitters, they can nearly fly that, just over 300 yards. Either that, shorter hitter, just play to that fat area of the green. That'll be sort of some, 270 yards. That will take all the water out of play into a green that slopes back at you. So very good chance, even with a wedge in hand, to get the ball close. A good way to finish the front 9.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Boston Championship. Hello again and welcome. I'm Rich Lauder alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. It is a gorgeous fall day here in Massachusetts, TPC Boston, site of the Deutsche Bank Championship, part of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Frank, a really good golf course and highly respected by the best players in the world.
It certainly is. Gives them an opportunity to score. Gil Hanse, Brad Faxon, they made some really good changes over the years, giving it that New England look, that old bunker style. And of course, they've had a PGA Tour event here all the way back to 2003. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. To where the hole is cut, just about 190 yards, Frank. Well, this could be good. Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie.
It's that sneaky distance.
Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in. How did that not go in?
So early on the backside here at the 12th, missed opportunity.
Even par currently.
Well, with that drop shot, moves to 1 over for the tournament. A lot of excitement here. Let's take you out to the action once again at the 13th. Finishing up this first round has not gone all that well, but still a little time, Frank, to put a positive spin on the day.
Because tough days are actually hard to score. I know that's stating the obvious, but to minimize the damage. So this is all about trying to minimize the damage, because when you're playing well, it's easy to score well. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Frank landed it on the green.
It was never going to stop.
No, no chance. Been this way all day. Airtight, no mistakes, solid shot.
And yet another green in regulation.
Let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Back here at the par 4 14th, ready to tee off. This is a big dog leg to the left, 495-yard hole, Frank.
Yeah, don't try and hug that left side too much. There's a bunch of little mounds, and the chances of getting a good lie there, next to none.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. And it is not looking like a good lie. Frank, you always talk about it. Don't compound the mistakes. Well, here we are, another shot from the rough.
And this one no easier than the one he's just hit. I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week, just too many pars. Frank, after a couple of par 4s where you just sort of let it go with the driver, different strategy here at the 15th?
Yeah, you don't want to get carried away here. This is one where just a nice smooth swing, get that ball in the fairway, and that second shot, you've got to carry that false front.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. This is a good-looking shot. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. "18 feet from the bottom of the cup."
tough break.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Okay, has it and stays at 1 over par. Frank, they gave us a great show today.
No, they certainly did. Course played well. You got what you deserved out there.
Some outstanding performances. And for our entire team, I'm Rich Lerner, saying so long for now. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Boston Championship. Hello again and welcome. I'm Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. We're here in the state of Massachusetts on a magnificent fall day. TPC Boston, the site for the action. And Frank, what can you tell us about this golf course?
It was built in 2002, Rich. Had some changes over the years with Gil Hands and Brad Faxon, but it's certainly been a staple on the PGA Tour. It was first played a tournament there back in 2003. Adam Scott got his first win on the PGA Tour, and since 2007 has been a part of the FedEx playoffs.
It's a part of 72. See if you can break the course record today. It's only 61, held by Vijay Singh and Mike Weir.
Yeah, just a 61. Big golf course. And with that 18th hole, well, we'll see if you can get 11 under on the 18th tee. That'll be a little bit of a difference.
Really exciting finishing hole here at TPC Boston. They'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Frank, our featured player, a bit wobbly of late. This is an important approach shot.
It is. Time to just hit the brakes, do a little reset. Things aren't completely lost yet. Start to get back to that positive frame of mind.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Looks like he just misread that. This one just requires a little bit of focus. And that's in for a par. Well, Frank, this is a tasty par 3, 231 yards. The 11th is all you want.
Yeah, there's a mound in the middle of this green. You can use that, so you can either pitch the ball into that, let it roll back towards the flag, or even if the flag's on the back, you make 3 here, just walk straight away to the 12th. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. So the golf ball ends up in that first cut. It's a little bit less than 2 inches. You can see the golf ball. Should be able to get at it, but may not be able to control the spin. We'll see. Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut. Not too bad. Well, that's what the great ones do. From the rough, they use their skill and their strength to get it out and get it close. Shouldn't be a problem here. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
This for him would be one drop shot. Frank, you know what gets me about this game? Here a person makes a legitimate effort, makes a good stroke, and that ball spins around and is just laughing at the player. And now what's left, you could breathe on that ball. It counts the same as a 300-yard drive. It's not right.
But it's the beauty of the game.
Now at the 461-yard par 4 12th, how do you play it, Frank?
Well, hit 2 of your best here. Somehow find the fairway, and then you take anything on the green here. You see a lot of 6s here over the years.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
So the approach to the 12th will leave him about 30 feet away. This is a pretty difficult proposition. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Did a nice job with that putt. Good read, good speed. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
Well, for such a strong man, weak putt.
Now I'll have to make this just to avoid making Michael Dublé. Frank, nothing really went the player's way this week.
Yeah, if this was motor racing, you'd say it's a case of having 4 flat tires.
Frank, par 4 13. Just swing away with that big stick with the driver.
Big advantage if you've got another 10 or 15 yards left in the bag here. If you can carry that left side, you can certainly shorten this hole up.
That was just a beautiful drive and hit it solid and right in the middle. Set for his next shot from a good position in the fairway. We were talking about it earlier in the day that this could be something really good. Man, the wheels have come off.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like that they're going to be put back on either.
How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
He'll need to be strong with this. How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a master class in short game.
Didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday. Made a bogey. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Something about this hole, it has not been kind. Bogey yesterday and staring at another one today. Bit unfortunate, loses a shot here with that bogey. Frank, at the 14th down, anytime you get a par 4 that is almost 500 yards, it gets your attention.
It does play downhill, though, so you don't have to smash away here. It's better if you can get something moving a little right to left. Then it will take the natural slope. You get a little more yardage out of it that way. Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, 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 rough. Second shot.
So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Good looking shot right here. Bit surprising, misses the green in regulation here at the par 5.
Yeah, you'd think this is one of the easier holes on the golf course. So now just trying to avoid 6.
Frank, we haven't seen a whole lot of that, but no doubt it feels good. So that is the end of the second round, and unfortunately, the end of the tournament for our featured player, missing the cut.
Well, they certainly didn't hit the magic number here for the tournament. Fell below the cut line, and they just couldn't make it back. There's always next week.